So yesterday I made something of a drunken video response to a video by Stephen Molyneux regarding what I believe is called anarcho-capitalism. And I didn't really get into the specifics of why it's not feasible, although I would think they're fairly obvious, and I might even make a video series on the matter. Or not. I can't really predict what I'm going to do. I'm unpredictable. But I thought for this video I could get into the psychological reasons. Now, I'm going to tell you something about myself, but you should probably just assume that it's untrue. In fact, you should assume that anything anybody says about themselves on the internet is a lie. I'm just going to put this in a form of a narrative to ease along the things I'm trying to say. Okay, it goes a little like this. I have what you might call the gift of command. Now, it's not really a gift, but I'll get to that. It's like this. If there's a group of people disorganized, they need to accomplish something, but there's no leader, and they're just sort of passing ideas back and forth, trying to, discern the best course of action, I'll stand there and I'll watch for a while, and I'll be like, I hope somebody takes charge of this. Nobody's at the wheel. Somebody's going to have to take charge. God damn it looks like it's going to have to be me. Alright, listen, I've heard a lot of good ideas here, but we're really just spinning our wheels, and we need to get going. Now, What's-His-Face over here said this, and I think that should be our priority. Now, is there anybody in a position to do this? Okay. And do you know how to... Is there anybody that's knowledgeable in this? Alrighty, you two, go together. You are now in charge of this. Now, the next thing we need to do... See, and... the specifics aren't really all that important. I mean, first step, you got to delegate. Got to make people feel like they're in charge, but they don't want to be in charge of the big picture. And when I say I have a gift of command, it's not... The gift of command isn't the ability to override the volition of others. Nay, rather, step into a role that is created by the needs of others. And what is that need, you might ask? Well, people, yes, they do want control over their life. But most rational people realize that a vast majority of the things that underpin their existence, that go on behind the scenes, they just don't want to do that shit, deal with that shit, or be in charge of that shit, okay? And they also realize that integrating aspects of the big picture, that's a really stressful job. They don't want to do that shit either. They don't want to have to deal with every single little thing that is involved in continuing their existence. They want to focus on a narrow band of responsibilities. A simple way to put it is most people want to know what they should do and be able to do it and be rewarded for doing it. Okay, so if there's a group of people trying to figure out how to do things, a fellow like me just steps in and takes charge. You can almost feel it. It's like this palpable sense of relief washing over everybody, like, oh, thank God, somebody has stepped in to be accountable for this shit. It's not going to have to be me. Right? And I'm like that too, except if nobody's doing it, I'm like, God damn it, it's stressful being the man with the plan, the motherfucker with the answers. That's, people, like, it's such a teenage mentality, like, oh, the people in charge, the ruling class, they're just, they get so much extra stuff. Well, man, if you had to do the stressful fucking job of being the man with the plan, the motherfucker with the answers, you'd want some rewards too. I mean, it is unbelievably goddamn stressful. Okay? Like, sometimes I'll join a group that's trying to accomplish something, and somebody will mention, man, why do I feel like we're the ones who just joined him, right? But my point is, human psychology, for all, here in the United States, everybody loves to be a rugged individual, and how they're just, ooh, everything I do is totally my choice, and I'm totally in charge, and I just blah, 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 blah. Okay? But really, the fact of the matter is, people want somebody else to be in charge. They want an authority. They want somebody with answers. Even if those aren't necessarily the right answers, at least they're solid answers. They don't have to spend every moment of their life defining and redetermining the value of things. They want somebody in charge, somebody to set values, somebody to set priorities, okay? This is just how human beings operate psychologically. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people with who rise to positions of power can be assholes, but I mean, man, you're under a lot of stress, right? And people don't understand just how stressful that shit is. Like, you can't go to somebody for answers. If you're in charge, you have just the same need to find somebody with answers and authorities, but there is none because you are the authority. You gotta bear that, man. And most people, most sane motherfuckers realize that, and so they're okay with some other person being in charge of this shit, because, I mean, who needs to deal with that headache? And you don't think it's stressful? Why don't you look at a picture of President Obama when he began his presidency, and then look at a picture of him now? That motherfucker looks like he spent those years bathing in radioactive waste. He is one worn-down piece of crap. Still don't believe me? Why don't you take a look at Bill Clinton when he started his term as president, then look at him when he ended his term as president? Oh my God, he aged explosively. Nobody needs that shit. But no, you anarcho-capitalists, will just organize itself somehow. It doesn't work like that. You gotta have a man with a plan. You gotta have a motherfucker with some answers. Have a nice day.